Good morning to you all, our cherished viewers across the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra and beyond. I warmly welcome you to another episode of My Faith Story. You can call it the MFS show, where faith comes alive through ordinary people who encounter God in a simple yet a profound way. You are watching us live from our studios here in Depsicom, Accra, on either Facebook or YouTube. My name is Kelvin Vibe, and I'm your host for today. So, this program is proudly sponsored by the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra, Cake Element, Pepsi Pine Ventures Limited, Passe Enterprise. So, Cake Elements, they are specialized in cakes such as wedding cakes, anniversary cakes, donuts, and cake desserts in small containers. They also have coffee as well. They serve very good coffee, so you can locate them at Awudome close to TV Africa, and contact them on 0244 460 557. 0244 460 557. Again, 0244 460 557. You can visit them on their social media handles, which are Instagram, Cake Element, Facebook, and TikTok, Cake Element. Cake Element, your true taste. We also have Pepsi Pine Ventures Limited. Pepsi Pine produces very fresh fruit juice mix. They have fresh fruit juice mix. They have fresh orange juice. They have fresh pineapple juice, fresh watermelon juice, fresh pineapple ginger juice, and fresh pineapple ginger mint. You can call or WhatsApp them on 0553 116380. 0553 116380. Passe Furniture. Passe Furniture deals with office furnitures such as office tables, office chairs, cabinets, and many more. So anytime you're looking for correct furniture, just look for Passe Furniture and call and contact them on 024454 5727. 0244 5727. Locate them opposite TV Africa. TV Africa. Passe Furniture. Elegance of solution. So if you want to be a sponsor for My Faith Story, which is this show, you could also send us a WhatsApp message on Depsicom Accra. Our number is 0595 202972. 0595 202972. Yes, we're just so this is My Faith Story, and today we have in the studio with us one special person. Yes, so I'll leave the introduction for her. She'll introduce herself, and before that, I am your host again, Kelvin Vibe. So you're welcome, Miss Barbara.
Thank you very much, Kelvin. And thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Well, yes. So, Miss Barbara Opata, or Miss Barbara Mensa Opata. Sure. Okay. So, could you tell us a bit about yourself for our viewers to just know the person also here, and then your parish?
All right. My name is Mrs. Barbara Mensa Upata, and I'm from St. Thomas More and John Fisher Catholic Church, Achimota, Accra.
Very good. Very well. That's good. So, Miss Barbara, this is My Faith Story, and as we are here, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So, just feel free and enjoy the show. So, before that, I would like to ask you how your faith has been from an early age let me put it this way rather. Yeah, so can you, when it comes to the understanding of God, right? How do you understand God? Through how did you know God through your faith when growing up?
Okay. All right. Thank you. So I was born into the Pentecostal church. That's the Church of Pentecost.
Okay.
So I wasn't born a Catholic. I was born a Pentecostal. And growing up, my first encounter with God was through my mother. She would make us pray before we left the house. We would pray before we eat. We would pray before everything. And I remember the first day she introduced the Bible to me. She said, "This is the Bible. It contains God's words."
Okay.
And the first chapter she opened was, I think, 1 Corinthians 13, which talks about love. I remember vividly. So yeah, that was my first exposure to God and the things of God. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So would you want to say that um was your mom who influenced your faith as you were growing up? Or she was the one who taught you to know God?
Yes, from the beginning. I mean, from the beginning she did. But at a point she had to travel. So
Oh,
my sister and I had to move with my grandma. So we went to stay with my grandma, and she was a Catholic. Yes, she's no more. May God rest her soul.
yeah,
So she
very
was
well.
a Catholic, and she introduced us to the Catholic Church. So when I joined the Catholic Church, I mentioned I was a Pentecostal, so obviously
Very well.
I had to go to catechism. Yes. So during that period, I remember when I had to start catechism, I went through some drilling process, like interview sort of.
Okay.
And I really wanted to be part of those who would take first communion, because I see them going for communion and I'm like, what is this? So
What
I
are they
really wanted
taking?
to, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I was fortunate because they were taking from 12 years and above.
Okay.
But I was 11 years. But because I could read, they considered me. So yes, I joined catechism. And being a catechumen, whenever we are going for catechism classes, I see a group of people gathered in front of the church around an altar with with the statue of our Blessed Mother.
Okay.
And I was wondering, who are these people? What are they doing? So every day I would see them and I'll be wondering what they are doing there. Until I received first communion. And then I decided to go there and find out what they were doing. And I found out they were legionaries, the Legion of Mary Society. So I joined the Legion of Mary Society. And I think in my third week, they made me the treasurer.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, what is this? So they taught me, I mean, they took me through how it's done. You are given a book, you record the secret bag collection, you come and account for it. So it was a learning ground for me. After that, they even made me the secretary. So it's like I really learned a lot being a legionary. Yeah, so Legion of Mary played a very important role
Role.
in my decision to be a Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved being a legionary. And let me add, so when we go for Legion of Mary meeting, you are given something like an assignment. Either you pray the rosary for the week, or you are given a physical task to do, which can be cleaning of the church pews, those times cleaning the urinal. So growing up, I was in St. Paul's Catholic Church, Mehe. Yes, so the Legion of Mary there, they would give an assignment to do, and for some reason I enjoyed doing it. So through Legion of Mary, I love the Catholic Church. I love being in the presence of God. So anytime I come from school, after doing my homework and eating, I'm at the church. So if you are looking for me, you don't find me in the house, at school, or at church.
Okay.
Whether there was mass or not, I would just go clean the pew or clean the urinal. And I looked forward to these things because after cleaning the pew, I would go to the Blessed Sacrament, on the altar, the tabernacle, kneel down and pray. Why? I don't know. Because I usually will see people kneeling down in front of the Blessed Sacrament to pray. So me too, I just go there, kneel down and pray. And I remember one of my prayers would be, God should always provide for my family such that there will be no hindrance to our education in terms of monetary obligation. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So I always pray that there would always be money. I won't have to drop out of school because of money. And I always prayed for academic excellence as well. I prayed for my future. So even at that young age, because I saw people doing it, I also did it. And I remember praying for these things. And I think it went a long way to shape my life actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So all of this was done at an early age.
Yes.
So if you could, how old were you by then?
So when I received first communion, I was 11 years.
11 years.
Yes, I was
So
11.
you started doing all of this and you joined Legion of Mary as at that early age.
Yes.
Hey, you've tried. Yeah, it's because currently you say Legion of Mary, you go, you pray. It's a prayer group,
Yeah,
right?
it's a devotional group here.
Youth of today, you wouldn't see us there. Yeah, this current social societal pressure has come and then it's keeping people off guard. So you mentioned earlier that you were a Pentecostal. So meaning both your parents were not Catholics.
No.
It was your grandma.
Yes, my
who-
grandma.
So it's through your grandma you became a Catholic and you
Yeah.
joined Legion of Mary.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. So if we are to continue, I'd like to ask you again, if how did you know God in your faith growing up? I know everyone knows God, say, oh, minim yame and all of that.
Yeah.
But then your personal encounter with him, how was it like?
Okay. So let me add. When I joined Legion of Mary, I met other people. I became friends
Okay.
with some people who were in junior marshalland by then. And these were young men. They were older than me, but somehow they had an influence on me. So I joined junior marshalland because of them. They would ask you how is school, how is your academic performance, let me see how you are, like bring your report, they showed
Oh, okay.
interest in my academics, so they became more like my brothers.
So you're in Marshall as well.
Yeah, so because of them I joined junior marshalland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I joined junior marshalland, that 5J, when I joined 5J, it exposed me to a deeper understanding of the Catholic faith and being a Christian actually. So I began to appreciate, okay, when you pray, God answered prayers,
Yes. Very true.
the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Catholic faith itself. Now at the age of 12, I had to undergo a surgery. And I remember I knew the rosary, of course. I was a legionary then. So I knew the rosary, but I wasn't conversant with the mysteries. So I remember when I was being wheeled to the theater room, I held my rosary, the white one that glowed. So I held it and I started praying the rosary. Then when I got to the mystery, I was like, hey God, I don't know what mystery it is, so please forgive me. I don't know. Let me just skip it and move on. So I would
Just
skip
say,
the mystery
okay.
and move on to the Our Father. Then I would pray. I would pray for successful surgery and all that. And I entered the theater.
Still
I
holding
don't
the
remember.
rosary.
Yeah, I held the rosary. I don't remember what happened in the theater, but when I woke up, they were trying to move me to the recovery bed.
Okay.
And while they were moving me, I remember I opened my eye and I was still holding the rosary. I was like, wow, I'm alive. I didn't die. So at that point, I realized, okay, there's power in prayers and
Yes.
there's power in the rosary. I prayed and here I am. I'm alive. So at that point, it was a personal encounter with God for me. God became so real, and I realized, okay, so when I pray, I'm going to get this answer. Yes. So at that age,
Very powerful.
yes,
At that age, you could pray the rosary
yeah,
and
without the
hope for a
mysteries.
successful. Yeah,
Yes,
that's good.
yes,
That's good because some people before during they have undergone catechism and all of this, but yet still find it hard to even take their rosary to pray. They take their rosaries only when it's rosary month. Yes, they take it only to in May and October. Those are the only times you see them with their rosaries. It's very good for Legion of Mary. I think it strengthened you as well.
oh yeah, and it taught me
Yes,
a lot,
a lot.
a lot, a lot.
That's good. So, was there any defining moment where your faith became real and personal to you? I know you've touched on the surgery aspect of it, but then there's a moment where you know that um, your faith has become so personal to you. You are now what do you call it? You now know where you stand, right? What was that moment? When was that moment where you realized that?
I would say during the same time I joined Legion of Mary, I joined the Junior Mashalan,
Okay.
because I realized anytime I prayed, I got results, especially in my academics. I mean, I would
Okay.
tell God, I want this score, and the exam results will come, and I actually get it. So I don't know, God became so real and tangible to me that I just knew I just had to pray, ask for it, and I would get it. Yes.
Get
So I
it.
would say my childhood was quite smooth because I basically relied on prayer. Prayer was like a lifetime to me, yes, a lifeline to me. I would just rely on prayer, and anything I wanted, I got it.
Okay. So we are talking about faith and faith. And so now we are living the faith, right? So how does your faith influence your daily decisions and lifestyle now that you are all grown up now?
Yeah. So faith influencing my decision. I mean, as a Catholic, we are obliged to pray. I mean, every day and at every point in
Yes.
time. We have the Angelus that we say in the morning at
6.
12, and then in the evening as well. So I think
In the morning at 6.
at 6,
Yeah.
in the afternoon at 12,
12
and
and
then
then
6 p.m.
yeah.
as well. So growing up, yeah, I prayed the Angelus,
Okay.
and I read the Bible a lot. The Bible was like a storybook to me. I loved reading the Bible. And my church then, they gave me one time opportunity. Okay, so the first time was they said there was a quiz competition at the Blessed Sacrament at
Okay.
Belempi,
Okay.
yes, for me. So I was contacted to do it because someone had prepared, but the person couldn't do it. And I was told Sunday morning, and the quiz was in the next 5 hours. Because I didn't want to say no, I had to quickly learn for the quiz. And when we went, I won.
Oh,
So I was like, oh wow. So this was a great opportunity Mehe gave me. And when I won, I was so excited I started taking my Bible more seriously.
true.
Took my Bible seriously, and since then, almost every quiz competition they would call me. And I say this in the glory of God, of course, and it's mostly not just me, but I go with other people. And I think the worst we've done in the quiz competition is to be second. Mostly we are first, second, and this also exposed me to meet other people and stuff. Now, talking about how it influences my daily decision. So, because of all these experiences, I read the Bible.
Okay.
On a typical day, I wake up, I pray. Even if I don't have to sit down and pray, while doing my daily morning chores, preparing for work, I say a prayer in my head. At every point in time, when I remember I need the intervention of God in my life, I say a prayer. Sometimes when I'm passing by a Catholic church, I just enter, find a grotto. If there's no grotto, I enter the church, I kneel down and I pray. So prayer for me is not a scheduled something. No, at any point in time I pray. I can be in the house and I just feel like
Have to
singing praises.
pray.
Like I just want to go and dance. I will leave
Okay.
my house, go to the church, go in front of the altar, start singing praises, and I'll dance, and then I'll pray and leave. So that's how it influences me. The most important part is my faith influenced my choice of who I should marry.
Okay.
Yes, so because of my faith, I was particular about who I wanted to
To
marry.
marry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to marry a Catholic. And I know even because of this decision I made, I lost some very good friends, some very good male friends who would have been potential husbands. But as they say, God always has the best plan.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, because of my decision to marry a Catholic, I mean, of course, obviously, I will lose some good guys, but God always had the best plan, and He gave me the best husband. So yeah,
That's
who is a Catholic?
oh good.
Yeah.
So that takes us to this. Before you became a Catholic, or when you even became a Catholic, before and when you became a Catholic, there are this myths people have, these perceptions they have about Catholics. Have you ever encountered such an instance? What, uh, what was your experience with such people?
Oh yeah, a lot. Even in school, so I attended Archbishop Potter Girls Senior High School in
Okay.
Takrady. Even though it's a Catholic school, you know, we had non-Catholics in the school, and they would come out strongly condemning the Catholic faith. You worship Mary, you do this, you do that. And I remember during my catechism days, our catechist would tell us, I mean, they explain the concept behind Marian devotion and
Okay.
why and how we honor Mary and all that. So I understood it. My catechist really did a good job. Let me quickly chip in this. Because I was so impressed with my catechist, I told myself when I grew up, I would want to be a catechist. Yes. So that even led me to being an animator now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I faced those backlashes on, yeah, you worship Mary. Someone would even ask you, are you born again? And you're
Mm-hmm.
confused. Are you saved? They're like, eh, you know. But I remember catechism, we were taught that through baptism we are saved.
Saved.
And
Yeah.
when you even receive confirmation, it's confirmed that like you have this seal of God on you.
Yes.
You become a soldier for Christ. Baptism makes you a priest, a prophet, and a king. Like you become one with Jesus Christ. So all these confrontations didn't move me because I had a firm grounding in my catechism classes. Do you
Wow.
understand? Yes. So they never moved me at all. And I wasn't also willing to argue my way out because a part of the Bible even says somewhere in the New Testament talks about avoid arguing about the faith. So that was something I used to just ignore them.
Ignore.
I
Okay.
understand what I'm doing, and I know the Catholic faith is rich. And as I said, when I
We
pray,
have a
I get
lot.
answers. So if I'm not worshiping God in truth and in spirit, how come I get answers when I pray? And I'm in the Catholic Church. So yes, God is in the church.
We
Yeah,
have everything.
we have
We have
everything.
everything. But people are
Exactly.
not making good use of the Catholic Church.
Exactly. We have
You
everything.
need salvation, be born
Yes.
again, baptism.
Yes.
You
We have
need
everything.
you need to reconcile again. We've got confession. Just go.
Yes.
But it becomes a problem, and then they say you're free. You
Exactly.
see? Okay. But then I also want to know how spiritually grounded you are in this busy day, in this busy world, schedules here and there, up and down. How do you stay spiritually grounded in today's world?
So what I do, I've told myself attending mass, especially on Sundays, is something I cannot miss.
It's inevitable.
Rain or shine, day or night. as for my Sunday mass, I must not miss it. It's like breathing.
Okay.
Yes, you just have to breathe.
It's something you have said
Yes,
that
if
you
you
do.
don't breathe and you hold your breath, you will struggle and even die.
Yeah.
So attending mass is a
It's an obligation for
yeah,
you.
an obligation. There's no compromise to that. I
Okay.
must attend mass,
Rain or shine.
rain or shine. Unless I am very sick and I can't do anything, that one. Even that, I'll make sure I find a weekday mass to attend. Yes, and when there's time, I go for evening masses and all that. And as I mentioned earlier, I pray as and when. And I'm in a number of societies in the church as well. So I take advantage of their meeting dates, their prayer meeting dates as well. So that has been my spirituality, attending mass. Yes.
Okay. Very well. So that's something very good. I like where we've come from, right from that early age. You joined Legion of Mary, and then I think that has had an impact in you, keeping you very prayerful and all of that. That's that's good. And okay, so let me acknowledge our sponsors again. We'll come back
Okay.
and speak more about that. So as I earlier said, we have we are sponsored. This program is sponsored by the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra and also Cake Elements, Pepsi Pine Ventures, and Passe Pepsi Pine Fruit Juice Company Limited, and Passe Furniture. Yes, so Cake Elements, as I said earlier, they specialized in wedding cakes, cake anniversary cakes, donuts, and cake desserts in small containers. So if you need one for your weddings, parties, engagements, just look for Cake Elements and they'll sort you out. They are specialized. They also serve coffee as well, very good coffee alongside the cake. They're located at Awudome, close to TV Africa. You can contact them on 0244 460 557. 0244 460 557. Cake Elements. You can have them on the various social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Cake Elements. They say your true taste. We have Pepsi Pine Ventures. Pepsi Pine Ventures also serve you very fresh fruit juice. We have fresh fruit juice mix, fresh orange juice, fresh pineapple juice, fresh watermelon juice, fresh pineapple ginger juice, and fresh pineapple ginger with mint. As I said earlier, there are no preservatives added to fresh. It's purely fresh fruit juice. And you could also contact us or WhatsApp on 0553 11 6380. 0553 11 6380. There again, we have Passive Ventures, Passive Furnitures. They are also specialized in any woodworks you want, right from your office desk to your kitchen cabinets and workstations. They've got you covered. You can also contact us on 0244 5427 0244 545727 0244 545727. You can also locate them at TV Africa. They just opposite TV Africa. And Passive Ventures, they say elegant office solution. Elegant office solution. So if you want to be a part of this, if you want to be a sponsor for this show, which is my faith story, you can also be a sponsor by sending us a WhatsApp message on Depsocom Accra 0595 2029 2972 059 520 2972. You can also, if you want to be a part of the show, you can also click the link and share. You can also comment on the discussions we are having. Okay, my faith story. This is where faith comes alive. So, Miss Barbara, we are welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. So, I think we'll have to move on to, to every story, there is a struggle behind it. There is a challenge, right? So, beginning your faith, your journey, how, okay, let me also put it this way so you could get it better. So, beginning your faith here, as a Catholic, there are certain hindrances that you face. So, have you gone through any moments of doubt or spiritual dryness, if I should put it that way? Yes, so a moment in your life where you feel you even doubt yourself and doubt your faith as well. Have you had such a moment before?
Yes, I think every Christian goes through spiritual dryness at a point in their life, and I think yeah, I have, obviously I have. And what easily comes to mind is maybe after my marriage, so the period after my marriage, I experienced spiritual dryness. I experienced challenges, and even moments where I had to question God. It was more like He was surprising me. Do you
Okay.
understand? Yes. So I've experienced it. Yes.
What was it like?
Okay. So before I got married, I always prayed about my marriage. Yeah.
Okay.
Even when I was dating, I prayed about it. Remember, I said it influenced my choice of a man. Yes.
Yes.
So I always prayed about my marriage, and I mentioned that anytime I pray, I get results. But I marry, and I remember telling God, if He knows marrying and having children would be a problem, He shouldn't even open the door of marriage to me at all. I don't want to marry if He knows that marrying and having children would be a challenge. I remember making that prayer. But things just changed in a different direction. Even the wedding, we got help coming from all angles, and I'm like, hey, this person would call, I want to sponsor this. Like, I was like, okay, that means that God is involved. You get it. Now we marry, and after a year, at least after a year, you're expecting that, okay, you should get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start praying about it. We start praying now seriously about it. And so my husband and I, anytime we are going to work, we pray the rosary in the car
Okay.
before, on our way. I usually would get down before. He would drop me, then he would continue to work. So anytime we are praying the rosary, I remember when it gets to the mysteries of light,
Okay.
Jesus turns water into wine. Anytime he gets there, he will say, God should turn our water to wine. That is our desire to have our own children. Yes. So whatever we are doing in church, whatever we are doing as a couple, God should just turn it and grant
Okay.
us the fruits
So,
of the womb.
Miss Barbara, I will continue with where we are as at the moment, but I wanted us to touch on. Have you ever thought of choosing a vocation?
A vocation
Yes,
in the church.
in the church.
Oh yes, yes. Anyone who knows me knows this. Yes. So growing up, I wanted to be a nun. Up until even the university, I really had a desire in me to be a reverend sister. So I remember we would go for vocations rally, And any reverend sister I see, I would run after the person, take her number, stay in touch. And I remember at a point I used to be in touch with one reverend sister called Sister Charlotte.
Okay.
She was in Abelempe by then. They have a convent there. So Sister Charlotte was more like a mentor to me. So almost every Sunday at exactly 12 o'clock, I would be at the convent in Abelempe visiting Sister Charlotte.
Okay.
And I chose that time because the moment I get there, it's time for lunch. So they say, Barbara, join us, and I'll join them at the table. We would eat and we'll have conversations about the religious life. So they knew I wanted to be a reverend sister. They knew about it. But unfortunately, sister had to be transferred to the northern region. So we lost that touch. And no one to guide me. So I think when I got to the university after first year, like they say, God always has the best plan. So the desire to be a reverend sister quietly dwindled, yes, and God had it way. Yeah.
Okay. Because I dived there because you made a statement saying you pray together with your husband that
Yeah.
God should turn your water into wine.
Yes.
Yes, you were looking for the fruit of the womb,
Yes.
but it wasn't. So, in view of that, how did you take? How did you respond to unanswered prayers or delays in your prayers when you prayed for such and it wasn't happening? You didn't feel any significant change or you didn't witness anything happening?
I mean, it was, I would say, it was a long journey.
Okay.
I know some people will say, oh, just 4 years. Some have had 10 years, 20 years. We all have our limit, okay? And I'm sure God knows my limit. So 4 years, within that period, I didn't have it easy. Naturally, I'm a happy-going person. And I'm sure a lot of people will be surprised to hear this because within the period, they always saw me happy and all that. But within myself and even in the room, I went through a lot. So, navigating my waiting period, aside prayer, as I mentioned, I remember one day from the hospital, I went to do a scan and, I just went straight to the church. I took my scans. I went to the grotto.
Okay.
I put the scans on the altar at the grotto. I know the grotto is outside. People
Yeah.
will see you, like the security. I didn't care. I just put the scans on the altar at the grotto at St. John Fisher. And then I prayed. I remember praying, crying. I started singing and dancing around the altar out there. I didn't care who was looking at me. I did that. And every month we have grotto mass. Every first Saturday of the month at John Fisher, there's grotto mass. And after the mass, Father would go around. He blesses us for the month. Then he sprinkles holy water. So when I go for grotto mass, I always carried candies along. It's always in my bag. So instead of raising water for Father to bless me, I'll raise my candies for
Okay.
Father to bless it. And I remember one day, Father Clement saw it and he was like, "Hey, Barbara, I won't bless any candies." And I said in my head, "You don't know, you know." So yeah, I made them. I took candies to church for blessing, and I eat it. When I eat, I say, "God, let it be a seed of the fruits of the womb." So these are some, I call them faith action. These are some of the
Okay.
things I did whilst waiting for my breakthrough. I mentioned I'm an animator. I teach Sunday school. And sometimes when I'm leading them to sing some songs, it's really difficult for me because at that point I have doubts. I am, quote and unquote, fighting with God. But I'm here in front of the children, leading them to sing some songs. So, example, somewhere last year, February, we had to prepare for Children's Day, and then I had to teach them a song.
Okay.
So I was depending on my other animator to teach them, but she was like, "Barbara, teach them." And the only song that came in mind was "God Never Fails." And in my mind, I was like, how can I sing this song? Because genuinely, I think God failed. He has failed me because I'm in my 4th year of marriage and there's no sign of pregnancy. I have prayed. I've done a lot of things. No sign. Then I'm here come to teach these children. God never failed. You get it? But I
Yes.
had to do it. So I taught them. Now on the day, on the day we had to sing the song in church. You know how children are, they are very little, so you have to guide them. So I had to be on the altar with them and I was urging them to sing God never fails. But in my heart I was hurting because I'm saying something and feeling something else. God never fails. Believe in him. And these children were singing. It was more like they were singing to
To
me.
you.
I mean, I know what was happening to me.
That'd be very
This was a
tough.
very difficult
Very
moment
tough.
for me because I